Message from SaLuSa by Mike Quincy, November 4, 2011. You are in a situation that requires you to wait patiently for matters to develop a little further, and then you can expect action. The cleansing of your civilization has been long taking place on different levels by replacing the dark ones with our representatives of light, up to the present day when they are being removed and placed where they cannot do any further harm. So you can see that the conditions are becoming such that we can move into the next phase. With it comes a greater awareness on your part, as more people are opening up to the truth as to what is happening on Earth. Out of the confusion, the phoenix of the past is rising when you were in an era of love and light. That was during one of the more enlightened periods of Atlantis prior to its fall. Virtually all of you have lived lives during that great epoch, and the memories are still held in your subconsciousness. Those times were when you reached a peak of spiritual growth that allowed the great masters to return to Earth. However, over thousands of years the vibrations gradually dropped, until the light had to compete with the overwhelming darkness that engulfed Atlantis, and led to its demise. Now you are energizing the grids around the Earth, and once again it is ready to reach another pinnacle of spirituality. This time the upliftment is taking place very rapidly, and as fast as you are able to assimilate the higher energies. With the immediate period ahead and even more light being beamed to you, the changes within self are becoming more noticeable. For some they may be making them feel out of sorts, but they are in no way unpleasant, and once they settle down you will feel uplifted. We know that many of you have already developed to a point where you are able to easily center yourselves regardless of what is going on around you. That is proof of your ongoing ability to draw the higher energies into yourself. Each one of you that has reached this stage is giving a service to those who have not, by creating a calmer and settled atmosphere around them. In Europe there is understandably near panic, as if Greece still go ahead and hold a referendum about handling their debt. The people are of a mood that they will reject the introduction of more cutbacks or penalties to cover it. If that is so, it almost spells the end of the euro, with the consequent collapse of that system as other countries also fail. It means that in a matter of weeks rather than months, the future of Europe will be decided, and that will open the door to a new system of financing that will overcome the resultant problems. We do not wish these collapses upon you, but until they happen the way will not be clear enough to introduce the acceptable alternatives. Be assured everything is ready to go ahead, meaning that the period of disruption and uncertainty will be relatively brief. The unrest in the world is a sure sign that the awakening is in full progress, and that people are realizing that the ultimate power to decide your future lies with them. As a result, they are mobilizing themselves to demonstrate and demand changes to the existing systems. That keeps them in the public eye, and the movement grows as more people join them. They are also powered by the positive energies they attract to themselves, and it spreads very quickly. We wish to ask that you keep your actions on a positive path, and do not get drawn into those that will discredit your campaign. Keep them peaceful and clamp down on any efforts to introduce violence, as that plays into the hands of the authorities. Dear ones, the pendulum is moving in your direction, and it means that the control of your world is beginning to change hands. At last those souls of light who came for this very occasion are moving into positions ready to replace those who will be removed. Our plans anticipated this very time, and once we see the opportunity to put them into place, matters will speed ahead. So it is first the organization, and then the framework for implementing the changes. That will lead to what you may call the nuts and bolts period to enable the physical changes to commence. By then we shall be in 2012. That is clearly going to be one of great activity, which you shall play a major part in, as it was never visualized that it would be other than a joint venture, or should we say adventure. We are naturally eager to commence the last stages leading to ascension, as now the path is almost clear of the past obstructions. Like you, we feel elated that there are sufficient signs to lift you up, so that you know with for certainty that the end times have now begun. What may have seemed unlikely some years back, and was difficult for many to comprehend, is now staring you in the face. The proof of what is happening is there for all to see, although we do accept that there are some souls that are not ready to step over to the other side. They will still be given help and, like any other soul, find that ultimately they have set up their own reality that awaits them. It is absolutely fair and appropriate that a soul should advance according to their level of vibration, and cannot enter a higher vibration until they are ready. Each day now carries the possibility that our allies will have made the progress we seek, so that major advances can be made. In any event, your wait for something definite will not take much more time, as we are so close to success. As you might imagine, there is much waiting for the signal to go ahead, and matters will really take off once we commence. Disclosure remains one of the more important issues that we would like to see come out, and that will release a lot more information that will make our activities easier. There is no point in us going ahead without your knowledge and involvement, as we have never purported to handle your needs by ourselves, although we are quite capable of doing so. It is time for you to step up, play your part along with us, which we look forward to as an exciting prospect. I am SaLuSa from Sirius, and heartened by the turn of events upon Earth, as it seems so many people have suddenly become alive to the real purpose of their lives. Instead of blindly stumbling around in the dark, they have grasped the truth and desire to play their part in bringing ascension into being. Everyone has something to offer, even if it is small by comparison to others. It is a joint effort, and each part is as important as any other. That is why we welcome you to join us in the love and light that we represent. Thank you, SaLuSa. Mike Quincy.